Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear the audio? I don't know why, but this audio likes to play with me. And I can never get it just right. Okay, now it looks good. I mean, in the meters itself, it looks good. But is it really good? There's only one way to find out. And that is to open my stream in a different device. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I have some good news to share. I made the friction curve for the wheels actually work, as I said in the past streams. So just 1 second. Okay, looks like the audio is good, I hope. Please tell me if it's not, because I cannot hear myself. I do not have headphones. And yeah. Okay, welcome everybody. I will enable the actual stream in just 1 moment. Do not panic if you can hear me twice. That is just me making sure everything is working. I will have my chat somewhere down here. I hope I can see it. And stream. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so quick update. We got a new car. And also quick update, we have a slip curve. How interesting is this? This is the daddy of the curves. Obviously it's not the daddy, but you know. Okay, so before we start doing anything else, welcome back. I made this really nice curve work. So I'll show you the code for that, because that is very important to know. So if I open my C# script, what I can do. Yes, here it is. I added some extra GUI functions that is not too interesting. However, what is interesting is this animation curve right here. So I have a slip friction curve. What this does is it evaluates itself, obviously, to get the value that I want. And instead of doing forward and sideways independently, I'm just fusing them together. That's it. So this is obviously math abs. So it can only go into positive. So I don't have to worry about the minuses and the pluses, right? Which is genius if you ask me. And then it adds up the forwards and the sideways into an overall. And then I just evaluate that. And I should not do it twice, but this is not optimized, obviously. I also need to do this. Yes, there we go. So I have forward and I have sideways stiffness, which I set to the same value. And then we can just use our car. The good thing about this is that it is so far, I should disable these. I cannot disable them. I mean, I cannot disable them right now. But I also keep forgetting to use this VSync, and it keeps killing the game frame rate. But also, look how realistic now the car controller looks like. Look at this. I use a handbrake and it actually behaves as a handbrake. How amazing is that? And also, the stability of the car is so much better. I also did some steering formulas to make the steering a little bit better. And I think we got something really nice going on. I mean, ignore my impeccable driving skills. I know, very nice. But I think this looks really good. Now, obviously, it's not perfect because I need to play around with this. So I make this lose traction a little earlier, and there we go. Now we can just literally, it loses traction so quickly. And part of that is it has to do with the amount of power this this vehicle has, but also part of that is like really nice to play. What I would like to add next is the safe house thing. But for the safe house to work, actually that is really like not a problem to add. What I would like to add in this video is some power-ups. So you can see I already have a function for that. All we need to do is to add the droppable, right? So we add the droppable into the scene itself. And then we can just pick it up, use the power up, and then keep going. So that's like sort of the main loop, the loop of the game, should I say. Okay, so is the stream okay? The stream looks very much okay. Okay, so I disable my preview and I think everything is good. So let's now, how good does this car look, by the way? I have been just admiring this car for so long. Like it is not even, I don't even know what to say. I feel like these streams are a little late because people are just, you know, maybe out with friends. They don't have time for this. But anyway, I'm going to do it for the other people that have time and they don't have to be live to see this. Okay, so we have our power-ups, obviously. We have the loop for that. We can use them, as we can see in here, using shield power-up, using rocket. And we made the function for the nitrous, which is actually working. Excuse me. And yeah, now let me work on the actual power-up. Or what should I work in next? I would like to have, I don't know if I should, but I really like the sound that you know, the safe house in Need for Speed Most Wanted makes, right? So I mean, maybe we can add that. I don't know. So if I do this, maybe I can Google this. Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Not download, but safe house sound effect. Maybe we can find that out. Ambience and safe house. There we go. I do have to see an ad. You don't have to see that. You can just admire this car in the meantime. How good does this look, by the way? Maybe we add, or I mean, we change this color to some kind of red. Make it a little shiny. But somehow it doesn't look that good. I don't know why. Anyway, is this good? No. I hate the new UI for the YouTube, bro. Okay, let's stop this. There we go. This is not what I want. But how nostalgic is this, bro? How nostalgic is that? Anyway, I do not want to waste your time with this. Let's actually do some coding. So, what I would like to do is first figure out why the reflections don't work. And that might be why. I have a reflection probe. The reflection probe is not doing anything. Why? real time. Huh? On awake every frame. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure why. I'm actually not sure why. All faces at once. This looks good. Real-time baked custom. This looks all this looks good. Maybe I have to have it like this. So maybe to the root. No. I think this material is not right. Universal render pipeline lit. Yeah, this is right. Metallic alpha. Alpha. Maybe there's nothing to actually reflect. I don't know. But this looks good. This looks really good. I really like it. Okay. Anyway, as we were trying to code before, you interrupt your own self. You'll love to see it. Anyway, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, let's try. I actually started doing that, so I'm going to save this and go back into where I was coding, so I can share with you. So I have these scenes that I set up to just model, right? So I model in a scene that has nothing, like this. And in here, I already started to model this power-up, right? So this box collider is not needed. This power-up will have not a box. This should have a sphere collider, actually. So the sphere collider has a radius of this much. And then you can pick it up. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good for the trigger itself. So is a trigger. And then we add in a script that tells it what to do. So we add a script that tells it what to do. And then after that, everything is easy. So open this up. Actually, not that, but I need to go into scripts. Where is effects in here? Core, editor, core. Well, I guess I can add it in core. Why not? So, what is this? This is a mono behavior script. That's right. And this will be a trigger. So just a trigger, right? This will only trigger. This will only trigger when I want it to trigger. But let's name it power up. So power up like this. This power up will sit in a actual power up object. So this will be later. This will be a prefab that we can spawn in whenever we want, right? Perfect. This is all good. Okay. So what I have to do now is take this power up, put it here, and open it up. So into the power up, we do not need a start. We do not need an update. What do we need in here is a on trigger. So one trigger enter, right? So every time we want to, so every time we enter, we invoke a function that we want to invoke, right? But before we do that, we need to get the player that just entered this. So we are going to look for the object that has entered. The easiest way to do that is to do a print picked up by this object. And then we add the other, right? Or not like that, but like that. And this, in theory, should work. I'm not sure if it will work, but it should work. So keep in mind, not in mind, but keep an eye on the console, because we should see a log as soon as we enter that. So let's try and enter that really quickly. And there we go, picked up by this object. So now we'll add some if statement in here, right? So if this object is a player, we'll say if this object contains a car state machine, because we want to access this car state machine, right? This is where our power-ups live. Like this. So, I hope you can start and build a picture of what is supposed to happen right now. So we're going to look for the object that we are hitting. After we look for the object, we look for the components of the object. So if the components contain a car state machine, we can just add the power up. And before we add the power up, we obviously need to see if we can have this power up, right? Okay. So enough said. Let's try and do that. Here we go. I will do this a little, like this, a little bigger. And I will ask this other object, this other collider. So I will say if I first am going to snooze this for 15 minutes. So if other dot get component, and the component type is car state machine. Hello Raptor, how are you? Then we will say the object, I will just print this for now. Object is a player, like this. And there we go. Now this should print me the object is player. And as soon as we print that, then we know we have the power up. So let's drive into the power up. And nothing happens. That is perfect. That is literally what I wanted. Said no one ever. Okay. Why is this not printing, you may ask? I do not know myself. We are hitting the... yeah, I actually know. We're hitting... What are we hitting? Where is the... Yeah, here. So, what happens in here, don't call the get component all the time. No, I'm not... What? What do you mean all the time? I'm doing it on trigger. Okay, so as I was as I was explaining, all the colliders live inside this object. So we need to call the root object, right? And to call the root object, I don't remember the syntax, but instead of doing this, I do dot get parent, I think. Dot parent, or no, dot game object. Dot game object dot parent, right? Or no, what was it? Root object. No, I don't remember. So I go into new window, DuckDuckGo, transform.parent. Oh yeah, you're right, transform.parent. So instead of game object, I do transform.parent.getComponent. There we go. So since we have the collision object as a child of the player, like this, we should be able to get the component. Will we get the component? Yes, we will. So the object is a player. That is perfect. Now, since we have this object, we found it. I also want to print collider is not a player type. There we go. Now, since we have this, there is a simpler way of coding this actually. So we define a variable of player and we give it this variable. Now we ask if player, then we print player has collected this power up. There we go. And since the player has collected this power up, we need to actually give him the power up. So we want to define what kind of power up this is. So we'll say power up. What was the enum? I'm a very professional code writer. I know. I remember all of my syntax. Okay. So here is my power up, and I need the power up type. Right? Because this is not, this doesn't depend on me, right? I mean, it doesn't depend on this script right here. So we have this, and then just do type. And the default type is power up type dot nitrous, right? So now that we have hit this, we want to actually ask if we can have this. So we want to say if this player, which is a state machine, so I should name this player state machine. This is the state machine object, and we just want to ask this state machine, and we'll need to say if you already have this, I mean the maximum type, the maximum amount of power-ups, you cannot add this. So we'll say if power-ups dot length, no, not length, dot count, because this is a list. So if this count is less than 3, then I want to print one more time. I don't have the keys for the keyboard to print this, so I have to do it manually. Okay, so player has collected. No, you have not collected it yet. Player collected power up. And if it is collected, guess what we're going to do next? We will do power-ups dot push. Was it push? No. What was the syntax? I keep forgetting the syntax, bro. I keep forgetting the syntax. Oh no, it was add. Add a new power-up like this, and the power-up will have index. I don't use this index, so is available. I also don't use this, and is type. I should not use this. So instead, what I should do, declare the player, and then just check if the player who collided, instead of get component all the time, something enters the trigger. Well, what else is going to enter the trigger? The trigger is a trigger. It's not a collision. So, anyway, instead of doing this, there is a much cleaner way of doing this. So, we're going to have to go into the state machine itself. And then, we declare a region, getters, and setters, like this. And we end this region, and then we say public void add power up. We take a input parameter right here, and then we say, actually, this is not a void, this is a boolean. So we take in a input parameter of type power up as a p, and then we say if the power-ups that I already have dot count is less than 3, I return true, and before I return, I power-ups dot add this new power-up, and I declare a variable new power-up power up, which is equal to a new power up object. So this thing, and the object itself is as follows. So we obviously have the type. So the type is equal to power up type dot whatever the p is. Actually, no. Wait, what am I doing? I already... Oh my god, I'm so stupid. So just add this p. I'm so stupid. Else return false. There we go. There we go. The words must begin with capital. You are very much right. There we go. Now, inside of this, I do another if statement and I say if add power up, and here we have to define a power up. So, variable new p is equal to new power up, and the power up will have this object of power up type. Power up type. Actually, here's a power up type. And why am I doing this? I do not know. I can just, instead of doing this power up, I can do the whole object itself, right? There we go. So I'll name this power. Actually, I cannot name this power up. Power up object maybe. And I just send this object. I cannot send this object. Why? Because I make rookie mistakes. So if this returns me true, then I destroy myself. So game object dot destroy. Wait, what? I cannot destroy myself. Transform dot destroy. Name it underline power up. That is a very, very good suggestion. Power up. But how do I destroy myself? I keep forgetting. Man, I'm getting old. So I was going to Google inside of DuckDuck. Destroy self game object unity. I don't care about ads. Destroy. Oh, destroy game object. Perfect. There we go. Now, time to test. I'm getting suggestions to teach me how to code. Destroy game object you want to destroy. Yeah, I had to Google that. You would think that a person that makes tutorials about games knows how to code games. Okay. If underline name should be private. If named with underline should be private. That is a nice design pattern. That is a nice design pattern, actually. Okay. I'm not using this, and I'm not using this. Right? For now. Because this structure is wrong from my side, actually. So is available, is available, is available. I don't know why I'm using this, because I forgot. And this is bad programming. Reusable power-ups UI objects. Oh, I populate this on runtime. Okay, let's try play the game. And now I have 3 power-ups. So I use 1 power-up. I used the shield. And you see, there's our first problem. If I do this, maybe I don't have a problem. So I just adjust my code. Okay, yeah. That works. But now the UI is not updating. and this is available. Okay, so I'm not going to use the available anymore. Hello everybody that is just joining. We are building, or we're not building, we're trying to build this power-up thing. So far I made this impeccable design of just a cube, and the cube has a sphere collider, which is a trigger, which triggers this script. What the script does is it looks if the object has a state machine and it tries to add it, and the adding will return a boolean, yes or no, true, false, 1, 0, whatever you want. And if it does, it destroys itself. But I cannot remember why isAvailable works. Okay, so backtracking this, I'm using this list in here. This list, I go to implementations. This list is, wow. Open this up. Okay. Cycle power-ups. Excuse me. Or some French people would say, excusez-moi. So, power-ups. Here we go. Command F. Actually do this. We use this a lot. Holy. Okay, so backtracking. Handle effects, we don't use it in here. Cycle, we ask for the count. Yeah, this is right. This is all right. Use power up. So I cannot understand why isAvailable. If state machine power up is available, why don't I just ask if it exists or not? Okay. You check power up, count twice. Really? Please forget that you ever saw that. Thank you very much. Live streaming. Where is pop out? Yes, here. Do not read this, please. You speak French, of course. Where are you from? I am from Earth. No, I'm from Albania. I'm Albanian. Okay. Let's undo some of my errors that I did. So use power up. Where is this called? Use power up. Where is it? I think this is on update. So I tried to use this power up. If I can just do this, right? I cannot do this actually. How can I ask? I need to ask if state machine power-ups in this index exists. Wait, can I not do is not equal to, or actually is equal to null? No. So wait a minute, what are you saying? So what is your problem? What is not working? It's about UI. Just update the UI. No. The UI works. I am doing an error here. Look at the error. I'll do Command Z. We are asking if is available. However, that is wrong. Why is it wrong? It's a list or array. It's a list. So we are asking if this is available, which is not right. We can have this or we cannot have this, right? So isAvailable is really bad design because in the future, I'm just going to kick myself in the ass. Not anywhere else, in the ass. So now I need to figure out the syntax. And I need to check if this list contains an object Okay, so this is really wrong. What I need to do is I need to say if this power-ups dot count or actually no, what we need to ask if the state machine power up, I need to loop actually, and I need to say for each, and I will need to say a flag in here. Does exist? No, exists, which is equal to false, right? And this will trigger, and this will be true if this exists. So if this index that I'm trying to access exists, the collection is obviously state machine dot powerups, and the item will be if item dot index is equal to the index that I'm trying to access. So this right here. So if this is true, I will set exists. Actually, no, I need to do if statement. If this exists, then exists is equal to true. And then I need to break. That's it. So now I have this. I'm not using it. I know. And I need to do just a filter. So if exists, return. That's it. And if it's not, if it does exist, then wait a minute. What? Check the power up. Like if the power up list contains your power up, then true. It's not that easy. For each is a bad idea. Use for instead. It avoid memory. You should avoid it even if it looks nicer. Well, if you say so. We can just use a normal for loop, I guess. I did not know about this actually. I actually did not know about this. Capacity. What? You can check capacity. You'll learn something new every day, bro. Okay. I don't have this anymore, so I need to do this. This in the index of I. Right? State machine power-ups in the index of I is equal to this. No. I need to do dot index. There we go. Now this means that I found the index that I want, and I need to select the index that I want. So switch. This is wrong. I need to do a. What do I need to do? I need, instead of exists, I need a variable offset. I need the power up itself. So I need to do power up is equal to power up is equal to a null object of type power up. So new, actually null. So null as power up. No, you cannot do this. You can only do this. You cannot do this? What? Okay, I can do this. What the hell? Huh. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can just do this. Yes, this is good. So power up is equal to this. Or actually, this. If you do not understand what I'm doing, power up to power up. Oh my god. If you do not understand what I'm doing, I will explain. It's not equal to null, bro. Why do you keep saying that? Why can I not do this? Oh my god. You see, I'm doing this because I work in my main job. I work with JavaScript, and JavaScript you can do this. So you should avoid it. Yeah, I read that. For just iterates an int for each creates an instance of that. Ah, that makes sense. It is just use power up list contains power up return true. And it's not that easy. It is not that easy. So power up and null, but you can be a power up and a null. Okay. Okay. Okay, so another solution. If I find this, I can do everything in here. So I will create a new power up object of this type right here. So now that I have this power up, I can remove it from the list and then I can just use it right away. So I use this switch state right here inside of this for loop because I'm going to break at the end. There we go. I don't need this. I do need this. Actually, I do need this as well. So I need this up here. There we go. This is why I avoided doing this and I used the available thing, which is going to break the code. Okay. Before I complete this code, what type of list is state machine power-ups? It's just a list. OMG. Do not laugh at my coding skills. They are impeccable. So just for you to actually follow up. This is the list that we are trying to manipulate with. And what I'm trying to do is access this list. And inside this list, we have this index. Where was it? Where is it? Here, index is available, will go away. Not using it. So the index, why I use this index, you may ask. Well, I use the index because, I'll show you right now. Because when we play, I want to use this power up and this one stays right here, right? This is why originally I wanted to use a simple array and not an array list, but that doesn't matter right now. I'm just using these indexes right here. So now I use this power up and this stays in place. And I use this power up, obviously these two stay in place. That's it. That is the only reason why I use this index. This might be actually wrong. This thinking might be wrong. But for now, I'm just going to stick with it. Anyway, core state machine. I didn't change anything. I did change something in here. Okay, perfect. Now I have problems in here. I have many problems in here. Why do I have problems in here? Why do I have problems in here? No, I have only one problem in here. Okay. The problem is, where is the problem actually? GUI, nothing, UI. Okay. That is not for now. So, switch state, this power up dot type. Here we go. Now use the type and then remove this at this index. So the index is actually I, but this iterator is this index. So this is right. This is right actually. I'm doing this right, I think. So what I'm doing, iterating, finding the index, making a reference to that index, switching through, determining which thing to use, removing it from the list, and what then? Oh yeah, now I need to update the UI. The UI, initialize power-ups UI. Actually, I'm not going to use this anymore. There we go. I'm not using it. Do I use this? Oh yeah, I need to use this. Do I need to use this? I don't know actually. Love, you are using regions. Of course I'm using regions. Why what? Okay, so where we are right now. I think we're good. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. UI, we need you. Okay. So, what are you saying? You cannot remove something from a list while you are iterating it. Yes, you can. Really? Okay. Okay. I want to see the error first. I mean, I want to see the yes, the error first, and then I will just store the index and delete it after I break out of the loop. Anyway, now setting the states of the UI images. So I'm iterating again. Reusable UI objects. Oh yeah, this is why I use the objects. Oh yeah, that's right. So I use this. I have two lists now, which is really messed up. You see, I use this list of reusable things. Where was it? This is it. This is it. So I have a usable UI container and the UI object itself, right? So the object itself will spawn itself inside of the UI canvas. This is how we can use this canvas actually. Okay, now I understand. But how do I actually spawn in the correct one? I need to use a nested loop for this, right? Because this I'm using this is available right now. And then I can just do I for both lists. So I have a list of power-ups and I have a list of reusable UI objects. Right? Right? This is wrong. Okay, so this is where we need some critical thinking. This is where we need critical thinking. So let's iterate the problem one more time. We have the power up, which has the index of where it's going to sit. I'm actually going to draw this because no, not in here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, not here. Here. Okay. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm using too many loops of 3 objects. What do you mean I'm using too many loops? Okay, these are the power-ups that I'm trying to do. So this is one list. The other lists, actually, this other list contains the objects. So this is the UI, and this is the object. The objects will have the indexes on where it's going to sit. So it can happen that the first object points to the third holder. How do we do this? Do you guys have an idea? I do have an idea, but I want you. Actually, I don't want you. I want you to have a good time. Okay. So here we go. Now I have you will have to use a nested loop, and that's okay. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iterate through the reusable objects, and then I will find the index that is found inside the power-up. And if I find that index, I set this. If I don't find the index, I set it to set active. I just set this to false. So this whole thing, this whole entire thing is a Boolean. You have the index. I have the index, but I don't have the type. It's not that easy, bro. I know exactly what you mean, but it's a little bit more difficult than that. It's a little bit more difficult than that. Okay, so let's begin. I first have to disable this. And inside of this, we are going to iterate in a nested loop. I already said that. State machine, reusable, get component, color. Oh yeah, this is what I'm currently selecting. So I actually should. This will overlay a UI image to indicate the selected power. Yes, you are right. Next. I will find the first power up. So I will do a for. See, I wanted to do a for each again, but you keep complaining, so I'm not going to do it. So I cannot use I use J. So J goes to length and then J plus plus. The length is, of course, state machine dot powerup dot count. Yes, that is right. Is this right? I'm using AI, I know. So if the power up that I'm trying to access in the index of J is equal to this I right here, then we have the actual object. So this is for me not right. What I do is I declare a object of power up. So power up is equal to power up dot that. And now if power up, I cannot say this. If you say, wait a minute, I closed it. What the hell? Oh my god, I cannot read the chat. Okay. If you say we are thinking and programming very, very differently. I'm having trouble understanding you, Mr. Raptor. iRaptor. I'm sorry. iRaptor. Okay. I still don't understand why I cannot do this. Anyway, since this works, then I'm going to do this. So I'm going to say power up is equal to this. There we go. And now I just use this power up. So what? Raptor, you don't have to do that, bro. You really don't have to do that. I love you, bro. Thank you. Okay. I need just like 10 seconds from you just to finish this, and then I will show you why I'm using this method instead of just using indexes everywhere. So I have the index. I have the power up that I need to have right now, and I have the child. What do I need now? Okay, so since I have this, I need to access the child of this index right here. So right, this is what I need to do. Yeah, actually, I'll just need to do this, and I'll need to do this, and then reusable in the index of I, get child 0, set activate. This is available is not true anymore. This is not true, and I'm using this. Wait, actually. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. This is right. This is right. Reusable. This, then this. I'm failing to understand. Oh yeah. 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 So I need to get this. No, not you. This. Like this. And is available. Is not used anymore. And else. Do I need an else? I don't know if I need an else, actually. I don't know if this is going to work at all. Okay. Get a coffee, you can do it. Thank you. Hello, bro. Then thank you so much for the value you share with us in your life. I always watch your replies. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's get bombarded with errors. I'm not getting bombarded with errors. How is that possible? I can switch through. Okay, that's good. And I have don't you love it? Don't you love it? I love it. I love it. I should have had these three here. Okay. Let me focus. Let me focus. So, reusable in the index of I. This means these three. So this part is correct. I think. I'm not sure. And I'm setting each of them into active and inactive. Initialize. Wait, I think I have to do. Where is it? Power up, use rocket, use shield. No. No. Bus, no. Main, no. Yes, main actually. So, this is start. I need update. Yes. Cycle, power up, index. Here. I do update. I don't know why this is not working, bro. I need help. 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 I'm doing something wrong, and I think there's just one tiny thing that I'm doing wrong, and I do not know where or what it is. Right? So, let me iterate it one more time. We have these power-ups, and these power-ups will have to be shown into the UI power-up thing in, you know, where we drive the car. And earlier we had a is available thing, but that's wrong. The reason why it's wrong is because it's not going to be scalable, and we need this game to be scalable. And yeah, that's not right. That's not what I would call a design pattern. That is just code that is there. Okay, so we are trying to find from the state machine power-ups in the index of J, which goes into the power-up count, right? So we're finding this properly, and then we're setting this power-up to the state machine. And then what we're doing is we're taking this and we are setting all of these. But that's wrong. That's wrong. This is my problem, right? We need a switch in here. We need a switch in here that will just set the index. Actually, this whole entire thing is wrong. Yeah, remake the whole entire system. That is the best idea that you have. Because this is wrong. This should be the other way around. Okay, I'm not going to delete this right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build another for loop. And the idea, or actually my idea, is that I will find first this, and then when I find this, I iterate through these, because I always have 3 of these, but I never have 3 of these, right? I mean, not never, but I can not have these. So I have length, I have power up, I have power ups here. Actually, this for loop comes right here. And instead of J, I use I, because this is the top one, and I need to follow a design pattern. Now that I have this, I find the index of this. So I say if, wait a minute. Actually, do I need to say if? No, because I already have the index, right? So the index, I'll do const in the, or actually not in the, but the current index, which is equal to this. right? Cannot be, what? Okay. Excuse my coding skills because I code on JavaScript. Okay, so now that I have index, what we need to do with index is we just need to iterate through this. That's easy, right? Sadly, you have to go, but you need to start the stream early. I will do that. I will do that actually. But today I had to run with my family. Thank you for hanging out, Mr. Raptor. It's always a pleasure to having you. I never got. Do you code or what do you do? Are you a programmer? Because I see that you make like tiny adjustments in my code. Thank you for having not having, but thank you for hanging around. Tomorrow I'll be here. Actually, no. Tomorrow is going to be a wedding. After tomorrow I'll be here, or maybe tomorrow early. I don't know. I'll have to do something. Anyway, I distract myself. Okay, so I need to find this index into this reusable object. So I need to do a for loop for that. We have the for loop for that. This is J, not HJ, but just J. This is also J, and this is also J. The length is this dot count. There we go. And now I just need to enable this one. I code as a hobby. You code as a hobby. You know you are a rare species, bro. You are a very rare species, let me tell you that. And I mean that in a good way. So, I have this now. Perfect. Why did I get 3 of them? Why did I get 3 of them? Oh yeah, because the child index. Okay, so I don't need to get 3 of them. The index of this child is I, and the index of the child inside of that is this index. There we go. And I just set it to active. Power up type rocket. I actually have to get this power up. So I do this. Oh, I already do that. Okay, perfect. I think this has to work. This has to work. Let's test it out. Let's test that out, man. Let's give this a shot. The indexing works. The indexing works. The indexing works. But what am I doing wrong though? Wheels, no. Thanks, no UI here. Reusable clone. Is this off? These are off. So I have to go into this index and access the child. Do you guys have any idea? Because I'm lost. Because I'm lost. I'm actually lost. I have been coding for 6 years and I cannot figure out the simple switching. Actually, it's not that simple, but you know. It's not that simple, but you know. This could have been so much more easier if I added a script in here, but I don't want to do that. This could have been so much easier. Let me just clear my head and play this game because I like it. I love how good it handles now. And if you have too much power, it's just gonna go off. Damn. Damn. How did I code all of this, but I cannot code, I cannot code some simple power-up thing. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Could have this been a problem? Yes. Oh my god. I had the indexes wrong. I had the indexes wrong all the time, bro. What the hell? Nobody pointed this out. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. That is all on me, by the way. Yeah, you see, I have something. That is all on me. That is all on me. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, perfect. At least we got something. I have no errors. I have power up number 1. Let's do this. Actually, I can use them. You see, now I'm getting something. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, this is actually good. Now, I need to have the switching from the previous one because this used to work. State machine power-ups in the index of this. Wait, so that must mean that this could be right, actually. I'm just playing around right now because I am very frustrated. Yeah, it worked. I am so dumb. I am so dumb right now. I am so dumb. I am so dumb. Okay, so for each of you that are actually following up what I was doing wrong, actually what I was doing right. This is wrong because the layout that I did is different. It's not wrong, but it's different. So I use this and I use this. So I use 3 of these, which means we always have to iterate through 3 of them, and each 3 of them has this enabled thing, and that's why this should have worked, and I think it does work. It has to work. So the only thing is that I need to just fix the iterating, because the iterating is going where is it update power up cycle here. So if the power up count is, what am I doing wrong? Oh yeah, this is not right. I need to ask, I never need to ask this. If state machine selected power up index is less than state count power up, no, this has to be just 3. There we go. There we go. See, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. I made 4. Okay. I made 4. I should make 3. Actually, that is also wrong. That is also wrong. But it's good right now. So I use now the 3rd power up. I use rocket power up. It doesn't update in here, and that's okay. I use now this power up, shield power up. Okay, perfect. I just need to make it update now. And the reason for that is not updating is because we find nothing. And we need to have an else statement in here where we iterate, right? And that's why as first I did a else statement for these. So these have to be all set active to false. There we go. No. Now there we go. Perfect. Okay. I'm actually so happy. I'm actually so happy. So What is happening now? What is happening now? What the hell is happening now? Dude. I'm not turning something off and I don't know what. Okay, I use this and now I should not have that. The UI is not updating properly and that's okay. I use this and I obviously don't have that anymore and not in here. I cannot use it one more time. I cannot use this one more time. I can use a nitrous, obviously, and I have no power-ups. It's not showing up in here. I will fix that in just a minute. Right? Now, if I pick this up, I should have nitrous at 1. And if I use this, I can use this. Okay, perfect. This is why you tune into my channel, bro. I tell you. This is why you tune in, because I can make it work. I'm so full of myself, I know. Okay. I need to fix this. I need to fix the UI thing. And I need to know why this is not being set to active. If I find this index, I set this to active. If I don't find this index, I set this to false. Why is this not working? Why is this not working? You are calling get children. You're calling get children. If the object is disabled, you can't get it. It will not return. Really? Is that why I'm not? Oh, that makes sense actually. But how do I do this? I think I can just set. Can I just set opacity? Or not opacity, but this alpha thing. Yeah, so I need to get this image. After getting the image, I need... What do I need to do actually? What do I need to do actually? Yeah, I actually remember this. This was a problem that I had earlier. Where if the object is turned off, then you cannot get the object at all. Excuse me for 1 second. I need to open up the stream chat in my desktop, and I do not want to show some sensitive shit. Excuse my language, but that is what I feel. Okay, now I need to pop out. Perfect. And now I need to switch to here. Is the audio good? I think the audio is good. Okay, perfect. You are calling get children and that is not going to work. Actually, you were right. Get child first. Get child first and disable it. Also, I want to point out, you know how you guys told me that if I remove... I didn't forget this. And I know you didn't forget this as well. Do you remember that I built a function that will remove while iterating? And you all said this is going to be wrong, but it's not wrong. It is not wrong. You know why it's not wrong? It's because we are not using an array. We are using a list. You see, I remember my code, all right? I have not made a gaming code in long time, I know, but I still remember my code. Okay, I need to figure out this thing now. But how did it work? Did it work when I used the is available thing? I don't know actually. I don't actually know. So, do you just make a new script like inventory manager declare their three? Yeah, I thought about this, and this is the easier solution, but I like to make myself miserable. I like to make myself miserable. Okay. I think get child 1. What does get child 1 do? Go back here. This is child 1. Child 1 contains an image. and the image contains color. Or I can do this. I cannot do this. I can do this. 0. What am I doing? This is not enabled. Okay, I can do this. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Object. This dot game object. What I'm going to do now. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to take this. And I'm going to duplicate this up here. Uncomment. Get child 0. Dot. Dot. Transform. Dot. Scale. Local scale. Is equal to this. Then I set the scale to, what do I set the scale to? New vector 3 1 1 1 and new vector 3 0 0 0. Transform local scale. What? Why? Get child 1, transform local scale. Why? What? I should be able to do this. Should I not? Not the game object. Then disable the image, not the game object. To disable the image, you need to get the component of the image, and I don't want to do that. I need to find a simpler way. I can do, actually. Wait, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this one more time. I know this is getting messy. I know this is getting messy. Okay, get child dot get component image like this dot is active. But I cannot set this as well. Takes one argument. I'm giving you one. Oh, I'm not giving you. I'm not giving you one argument. You are right. Mac keyboard. How does it work? I don't know. Is active takes one argument. I'm giving you one argument. Am I not giving you? Set active? No. Active is active. Returns. Oh. This is a set. Well, enable. Dot enable. No. No. What? Unity UI image. Yes, Unity UI. What? I don't think there is a solution. I'm going to have to use this Gemini. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, takes one argument. Okay. How I set this component to true or false. What do you say? Looks like you're trying is active image. Reusable game object UI. What? get the object image. That's set active. But can you get it if it's not active though? That's the problem. Complete code example. Okay, I cannot read it from there, so I'm going to have to read it in here. Dot game object dot set active. You think that's gonna work? I don't think this is gonna work. Because I already do that. I already do that. Enabled is equal to not. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, I think the solution of scale is better. So I go back here. Dot transform dot local scale. What is this? Okay, let's use this, I guess. Reusable get child dot, what is this type? Transform. So then the scale of the relative cannot be used like a method. Well, what can be used? Dot transform dot position. No. Scale. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, this is what I want. Oh, this was my problem. That makes sense. Okay. I do this, and I do this. So, local scale is equal to this. And you do not need this. And you also do not need this, do not need this, or this. Okay, let's hope that this works. Mr. Raptor. But yeah. We think alike, bro. We think alike. We think alike. I start and I test. Nothing works. Nothing works. Why would it work? Local scale. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know what the problem is. Hang on. Hang on. This is the problem. This has to be the problem. This is not the problem. How amazing. This is not the problem. It's not being set again. It's not being set. Why? Why? Huh? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is again wrong. Reusable AUI object. Get child local scale. Why? Oh, this is a if statement. Yes, so if I find it, and if I don't find it, just disable everything. Yes. So this and this is like this. There we go. Have to go. Good night. Good night, bro. Thank you for hanging around. Sad that you have to go right when we find the solution. Hey, we got something. I don't know what is wrong right now, but we got something. We got something. We got something. We got something. Have to go. Good night. Thank you. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. We fixed it. Hell yeah. Okay. Now, last problem is to fix the indexing. But I am so happy that this works. I'm so happy that this works. If you don't know what's going on right now, I should actually explain a little bit. So we have power-ups as usual, index 0, 1, 2. I use this, and now I don't have that anymore. I use this, I don't have that anymore. However, I have nitrous here. I go here, and then I pick this up. But I still have one nitrous, and that is because the indexing is wrong. So when I add this power-up as a P, I need to do a new power-up here. Power-up. Actually, yes. Power-up. New power-up is equal to P. So P dot index is equal to this. And then this. There we go. Okay, we are nearing the end of this stream. I'm just fixing up the last thing that's supposed to be fixed. So I have this. No, this is wrong. I need to find... What do I need in here? I need to define an index. Proper power-up count. But why power-up count is wrong? Why is this power-up count wrong? This power-up count is here. So I have 3. I remove 1, I have 2. It's not updating because I don't update it on each frame, but I update it as a event. So now when I take this nitrous, it should pop up in here with the index of 2. So index is still 0. That is weird, bro. The things that are happening today here are just straight up weird. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print adding power up with the index of this index, right? And let's see where the problem is. Is the object mutating, or what the hell is happening? So I have this, I remove this, I update the UI, and then I go pick this up with the index of 2, but the index is 0, 0. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is very not good. So, create a new object of power-up type. Then, power-up type is equal to this. P.index. I cannot think today. I cannot think today, actually. I cannot think today. So I use this. I don't have this. And I should have now this at 2. Perfect. Now I just need to find the index that is missing from the 3 lists. So I have to do another loop. So I'll say 4 int I power-ups count. So actually, what do I need to do? The actual last thing for today. And it requires us to think a lot. This is why game making takes so long. Actually, this is not. You can just use AI, but I don't want to use AI. I want to exercise brain cells. More brain cells means more success in my bucket list. Obstacles. power up. Let's put this in front of us so I don't have to drive. Okay, perfect. There we go. I need to find the gap now. And I need to say, actually I can do a switch, but I don't want to do a switch. What do I need to do? Okay, so I need to find inside of these, I need to find an index. What do I need to find actually? I actually need help. Look at this. So what I need to do here, I need to say, I'm using the first power up right here. So let's say I have no nitrous. And the length of this is 2. So I need to determine now which index I'm adding this to. So I switch now. I have no first power up. Now this should know that the first power up, which Unity version? Unity version? Unity 6. 6000.0.39 F1 for Mac. It's really not that good. Do you guys have any idea? Do you guys have any idea? I have an idea. I say if power up, not type, if power up in the index of I dot index. So if the index is not equal to I, right? Then this is where I put this. And then I return true. Actually, yeah, no, I don't know. I need to int index is 0. Index is equal to I. Break. Take this index, put this index here. Let's hope for the best. Because I don't know anymore. But it should work though, in theory. I find the index that is missing. For example, now the index of 2 is missing, and I should just add it on 2. I'm not adding on 2. Power up count in the index. So if this index I don't know actually. This is actually not that easy to understand. I use power up number 2, right? So I take this out. Now you should know automatically that the 0 is index 0, 1 is index 1. So I need to find the first index that is missing. How would I do that? I iterate through the count. And then as soon as I find something, I don't know actually. Well, here, how about this? I will do this off camera because I don't want to bore you off to death. And I think this stream took very long already to make. So I'm going to leave with a little bit of disappointment, but I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, not a bad idea, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So thank you for watching. As a last site, you can have a look at what we have done so far. For the people that are just joined, this is what we are doing so far. This is a game that we're doing. Unity, everything you see in here should be available for downloading in GitHub link. So far, I'm really happy on how the things are turning out. And I think this series is turning more and more interesting as we go. For instance, we built these friction controlling things. This looks really good so far. It's actually drivable. We just need some more stabilizers to keep us on track. But other than that, I think this is looking really good. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back maybe tomorrow.